finished pulling this tent down, I thought I'd better make a quick video about whether it's any good or not, since there's a lot of reviews saying it blows over. And we're fairly sheltered in this campsite, but we did get a bit of a breeze through, and everything was guy lined out and pegged down properly, and it actually held up really, really well. It's nice and tall inside, very spacious, very comfy, and the big doors. I'm packing it up, I've shut them up. This is a really big area. Really big area. I mean, that's a lantern down in the corner there. That can hang off the hook in the middle up here. There's other areas for stuff. The dimensions are a bit off. It says that it's 2.7 metres or 9 foot wide, which it is at the doors, but it tapers into the edges, which is fine, except that it means that the stretcher bed at 1.8 metres long, you only get one in there, or you've got to have the feet out into this room here, which we did have them down near the cardboard. 2 stretcher beds going that way and that way. Big front area, which is really good. We had a pram and kids play thing and all sorts of stuff. So overall, as a family tent, this tent has been really good for our first journey. The poles are colour coded, as are the seams of where the poles go. So yellows, reds there, there's a red there, another red there. Over at the front here, there's a green. Now, even though the instructions say some different colours, if that focuses in, anyway, it's green, you can trust me, not grey or something else that it looks like. Even though the instructions are a bit lackluster, it's actually pretty easy to set up. And the tip to it is, get the steel poles. We'll get the grey ones, well, this one's got grey colouring, into these knuckles at the ends here, and get these steel poles in. And when you stand up the two ends and the front, that end and that end, it largely stands up, and then these that you've already poked through will start to pick up. Just watch out, because they want to flop around. And then you can put one end in and hook them up with the hooks, and hook them all up, and then you can put the other end in after that's done. You might just have to adjust the pole through the seams as the pole connections catch. Also, make sure you're always pushing on poles, make sure they're connected properly or they will snap. As you can see, there's a breeze, everything's already been removed. In fact, the fly's ready to pull off. I've undone the tabs over here that hold them onto those poles at the end. On the other end up here, the tabs are still on, right there, and right there-ish, and also on the front. The Velcro tabs are still on. See that tab sliding up and down there. Just undo those. So even though there's a light breeze, this thing's standing up without too much movement, and all the guy ropes have already been pulled out. So that's my little thing of the tent.